1971, Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. That meant the U.S. government, the U.S. Treasury, could now print money. So the U.S. Treasury would sell a bond to the Fed, basically screwed the world economy. So rather than fix the economy, they just did this. So things were fine. They fixed the economy. Inflation went through the roof. So '87, there was, the real estate, everything's getting expensive. Inflation's going crazy in the '80s. '87 crash, big crash. Did anything happen? No, nothing happened. They just. And then there was the LTCM plus the Southeast Asian crash, the rupiah crash and all this. So what did Greenspan do? It was the Greenspan put, right? He says, oh, don't worry. We'll give the banks all the money they want so you won't crash. So then in 2000, the dot-com crash hits. It goes. So Greenspan kind of panics and he says, oh my God, we better keep this thing going because that was a pretty big pop,
Yeah, I was there.
So 2008, that's when everybody was into derivatives and, pumping this baby up. And it did nearly come down. Some Lehman came down and Bear Stearns was wiped out. And it was like this. So what did Bernanke and those guys do? More. So after 2008, they just kept pumping it. And it's getting worse. So now we have the stock market, this one area of the economy, all-time highs, floating on fake money. Real estate, I don't know how people can afford to live, And then all these companies started borrowing money, so the economy's good, and unemployment's low and all this. They say there's no inflation, but have you seen the price of food, real estate, and student loans and medical? It's a bubble,
This is making me nervous.
I know. This is called, not economics, this is called bubblenomics. But they'll never teach you this in school.
Why do they keep printing money? Because
it's an addiction. This is like heroin. The moment you take that one hit, they say, okay, I'll quit next week. And the economy gets worse, so they go. So what happened in 2008, they stopped it by printing money, but they didn't really fix anything. So, do you have to be an economist to say what's going to happen? Well, this is called bubblenomics, and this is what's going to happen.
Scary stuff.
It's happened throughout history.